Greetings, everyone, and it is so wonderful to welcome you to the Starfish Celebration Luncheon. We are so grateful for your time today, and I know we're all looking forward to when we can be together again in person to share stories, laugh, and honor the amazing work of Starfish Family Services. My name is Howard Morris, and I am honored to be the chair of the Board of Directors of Starfish. On behalf of our entire team, welcome. I want to take a quick moment to thank the 3 sponsors who have helped seed today's challenge pool. With the generosity of these partners, you're able to double your giving impact. The first $150 of every donation of $150 or more will be matched up to $100,000. That is incredible, and I hope inspires all of you to take action and make a donation that is significant to you. Thank you to our presenting sponsor, the Ford Fund, also One Magnify, and finally, Rebecca Boylan and Tom Sitlick. I don't have to tell you, it has been a very tough 18 months living with the fear, loss, and isolation that COVID brought to everyone. So many families have faced challenges and grief, and the loss of familiarity and routine. Most powerfully, we've missed time spent with the people we love. Now, it feels like we've turned a corner and are headed in the right direction. I hope we all remember just how connected our lives and communities are. We are better together, and we get through the worst of times and the best of times when we are united. We have also been reminded how resourceful and resilient we can be. Starfish immediately moved to change up our programming and do whatever was needed to help families access health services, keep children focused on learning, and meet their basic needs. I have been extremely proud of our employees who rallied time and time again. And I have been so inspired by our families who remain steadfast in their hope for the future. Today, we celebrate, we exhale, we share our gratitude. Thank you to all of you for supporting Starfish and for joining us here today. We've come a long, long way since our founding in 1963. We are forever motivated to create brighter futures for the children of Detroit. And while I am so proud of all that we've done and the thousands of smiles and successes we've fostered, the best is yet to come. We're honored to have your friendship and trust as we move forward to a new chapter. Stick with us to hear more. I collect quotes that speak to my heart and cause me to think. I wanted to leave you today with a quote I selected just for this occasion. The Greek philosopher Plato said, "The direction in which education starts someone will determine their future life." I truly believe that statement. The 2 main programs of Starfish are behavioral health and early childhood education. Starfish is providing a positive direction so that the futures of our children and families will be bright. You're about to meet some amazing people. Let yourself be inspired, and thank you again.
My name is Emmanuel, and I'm honored to be your host of today's luncheon. At Starfish, I lead our programming to support the fathers and young children. As a father myself, I love helping dads connect and build skills and community. My family is a Starfish family. Our children have thrived through Starfish, and Starfish has been a partner to my education and career. I love this amazing organization and thank you for all that you have done to help create brighter futures for the children of Metro Detroit. It is time to settle in and get ready for some amazing stories and leaders. First, gratitude. Thank you to everyone who helped us fill up the virtual luncheon and invited family, friends, neighbors, and colleagues to join us. If you're a longtime Starfish friend, it's great to see you again. And if you're new to Starfish, welcome. Thank you so much to our generous sponsors. These partners fuel the mission of Starfish, and their trust and friendship guide us every day. Presenting sponsor, Ford Motor Company Fund. Diamond sponsors, Rebecca Boylan and Thomas Sidlick, Lauren and Philip Fisher, Emily and Henry Ford III, and One Magnify. Our gold sponsors, Anonymous Friend, DTE Energy Foundation, Leo E. and Ann June Manfield Fund, and the Physicians of Beaumont Hospital, Wayne. We are grateful to all of our incredible sponsors who are listed on our website. In particular, our friends at Ford Motor Company Fund, One Magnify, Rebecca Boylan, and Thomas Sidlick have helped us to create a challenge opportunity today. What does that mean? Any guest who stretches to give $150 or more will have the first $150 matched, up to $100,000. Double your impact. That's powerful, and we hope it inspires you to take action. At any time, just go to starfishfamilyservices.org and make a secure donation. There is also a QR code on your screen. We know that all of you share a passion for children and families. We wanted to kick off by just taking a moment to see some of the smiles that are a part of Starfish's every day. Founded in 1963, Starfish Family Services is a steadfast champion for children and families across Metro Detroit. Annually, we partner with more than 4,000 children and families to provide high-quality programs that focus on early childhood education, behavioral health, and empowered parents. The multi-generational impacts of systematic barriers often means that the families of Starfish experience disparity in access to excellent education, healthcare, and economic stability. At Starfish, we believe and we witness that every family and every child has strengths, resilience, value, and power. Our founder, Weta Cash, set an early vision for Starfish that was centered in an unwavering commitment to children and families, a promise to constantly innovate and to always believe that excellence was the only standard. Today at Starfish, there are so many dreams on the horizon. Our founders could not have imagined what the decades would bring. Yet, those earliest days were the seeds of the future. Now let's welcome Ann Kalis, the CEO of Starfish for the last 14 years.
When I reflect on our nearly 60-year history at Starfish, the consistent North Star has been children. And I'd like to think that as an organization, we have this really healthy balance of pride and humility, but that love for and caring across our organization for children is what has bound our history together. A core part of our work at Starfish is about reflection. And one of the things that we learned, certainly over the first few decades, was the importance of the family context to the growth and well-being of children and how we had to look at children through the lens of family. At Starfish, we work and live within communities in Michigan that were disproportionately impacted by COVID-19. And what I'm most proud of in the pandemic is really the perseverance of the amazing team of 400 plus professionals that showed up as they faced their own struggles, but they showed up every day for families and recognized there were new needs, and so we were persistent and creative, and we were there when families needed us. I have many memories of the pandemic that will stay with me for my lifetime. One of the memories that I'll have is of a team that we called our Essentials team. I remember one day, one of the payoffs on that work to our Essentials team was there was a father who would get in the food line through our parking lot to come get a box of food to go. And this dad didn't actually need the food. What he needed was his little 4-year-old daughter to see her teacher, who was one of our Essential members. So they would wait in that long line just for that moment of human connection between his little girl and the teacher who she had come to depend on. After 14 years having the privilege of leading Starfish, I have a lot of reflections. I've learned the importance of my voice as the CEO of Starfish, to be honest and transparent with our employees and with our families. And so I'm here because I'm continuing to grow. I'm a work in process, just like every child and family that we're blessed to serve. When I think about our children moving on from our preschool classrooms, I want them to take with them the curiosity, the sparkle that I see in their eyes, their belief that as they pretended to be anything they wanted to be in our classroom, that those dreams can come true. That they feel like they have self-worth, that they have a voice to be everything that they want to be for both themselves and for the world around them. One of the things that keeps me here at Starfish is this alignment of my personal values to the values of the organization. And one of those values relates to this idea of human growth. And I think some of the most satisfying moments that I've had in my time here has been interacting with the parents of the children that we serve. And I remember one moment soon after I got to Starfish, meeting with a group of moms. And there was a young mom who was driving one night a week from Detroit to Inkster. It's a long drive. And just saying to her, "Why are you here? When you tell your friends and families why you're driving to Inkster on Thursday nights, what do you say?" And she said, "I tell them I'm going to Inkster to grow." And that to me will stay with me forever. With so many pride points over the last decades, I am looking with such enthusiasm to the next couple of years, and specifically to the coming fall, when we'll be opening our new early childhood center on the beautiful campus of Marygrove in Northwest Detroit. It is everything that we've dreamed of as an organization. To have a partner in public education with Detroit Public Schools Community District, this is where we are meant to be and the impact we're meant to have in the years ahead.
Thank you so much, Ann. We are fortunate to have your leadership, humility, and incredible heart at the helm. Never has this been more true than since COVID came into our lives. Like so many organizations, Starfish had to completely transition our services to support families and children in new ways. Teachers immediately linked to students in online classrooms and by phone. Educators worked together to share tips and tools for success with virtual learning. Our behavioral health team moved to telehealth and other tools to stay connected. As we all know, COVID reminded us of the power of connection. Together with many partners, we increased distribution of essential supplies. We shared more than 150,000 diapers. We provided more than 85,000 meals. with a mix of drive-up locations and home delivery. Additionally, we provided families with baby formula, school supplies, learning kits, tablets, Wi Fi boosters, toiletries, PPE, and cleaning supplies. In the beginning, nobody knew for sure how to stay safe, but we knew that families were facing overwhelming challenges to meet their basic needs, stay connected, and ensure that their children had access to learning. Sometimes you just do whatever it takes to help someone know that they are not alone. Let's hear more from two incredible members of the Starfish team who exemplify the tenacity and love that shone bright through the hardest days of COVID. Welcome Cynthia and Sean.
I think since I've been here over 20 years that it's the people, it's the families, and it's the children. But especially the bonds that we've made over the years. Some of the staff that I came here with over 20 years ago are still in the agency. And that means that this is like a family to us. We are feeding small children. We have to make sure that they get the right food. Their nutrition is the ultimate goal for us. So we really like to be able to get across some new ways of feeding children that really are healthy and give that children the opportunity to expand their palate.
We served about 800 meals a day. Started exactly 5 o'clock, and from 5 to, I would say going to 12, it was locomotive. Well-oiled machine, had a good team.
We also had a lot of food allergies, and usually we, out of 800, we could have maybe 150, but we managed to do it. And, we had some great transporters, great staff in the kitchen. We always managed to get all the food out on time. In the middle of March, when COVID hit, I think that the agency changed tremendously. So during that period of time, it was a race to try to figure out, how do we feed families in a different way? Not only were we able to do breakfast, lunch, and snack, we were able to do dinners for some of the families. We got to greet the children when they came through.
But yeah, to see the kids in the cars, it was great. It was great. I wanted to be out there when the cars pulled up. I wanted to be out there to joke around, see them, ask them what they're doing. That was just good.
On the flip side, we saw seniors come through the line. One lady, especially, would always do the heart sign as she came through the line because she wanted us to know that she really needed that food.
We're here to help out. That's our jobs. We do. For us to come in and do what we do, I feel real good about that. I liked it a lot.
After we finally got ourselves into a rhythm, we were noticing that, we were losing more and more contact with the folks in the cars because, food was going in the trunk and we weren't really able to see or connect with the families coming in. We wanted to do something more, and that was an idea that I came up with of writing notes to the families. So we started the love notes, and folks came through, and I think they were looking for some more love notes in their packages.
So I would put like some Superman or I can't wait to see you. And it started getting fun. I was putting little jokes in the bag, and so it just felt good to let them know we still thinking about you. We're here for you. People reply the next week to your notes. Some kids will come back with a sticky note, stick it on the window, let you know they got it. So it was good. It was good to see that.
The love notes meant a lot, but it was something that at least gave us that connection with the folks that were coming through to get their bag every week. I think with the pandemic, I think that we were most proud of the fact that we didn't miss a beat. We actually got that distribution off the ground in just a matter of weeks. This really was probably my proudest moment because we just didn't skip a beat. We worked as a team. There weren't any stars of the show. It was all of us together to get that food out. Sean and I think, we've always been partners, but we really truly gave it our all because we had to. But I think that, we were able to take something and pull together to get children fed, which is phenomenal.
What I took from the pandemic, it really humbled me. Like I said, some of the people I work with this summer, I worked with them for years, but I didn't know them. But to actually work next to them and talk to them and find out who they are, they're real people like you are. You're not the only one going through it. Everybody going through something. You just don't know until you sit down and talk to them. that pandemic, it was bad, don't get me wrong, but it was some good things came out of it.
This agency is magical. Whatever you need, we can find it for you. We could find formula for children. We could find diapers. Starfish does that. Somehow or another, we have a magical way of making sure that those families are surrounded with services to get the opportunities that they need, get the resources that they have to have. And before you know it, you have a Starfish family versus a child just enrolled in one of the programs.
Starting here, I was one of those families. It was I had my daughter here. Starfish helped me with resources, network. Like once you get in, like they don't just take care of the kid, they take care of you as a family, as a whole. It's a job, but it's not a job. You know, like my boss is family. She's not just my boss, she's family, you know. So it's a lot more than me just a job.
Thank you, Cynthia and Sean. You are truly an inspiration to us all. A reminder that you can give at any time by going to starfishfamilyservices.org and making a secure donation through our website. And don't forget the challenge opportunity. Now, let's go check in on our young artists who have been working hard on our Values Project, just for you. Right after this next story, we'll get to see their final art pieces and their special presentation. So stick with us. Next, we're going to hear from Tina. Some of you may remember Tina from a prior Starfish event. She shared that Starfish was a lifeline for her and her 4 girls while she survived and then left an abusive marriage. Together with Starfish, she gained the skills and confidence to become a parent and leader she always had the desire and potential to be. Today, Tina has graduated from college, owns her own home, and keeps a busy schedule with 2 jobs supporting her girls. Her eldest just graduated from college with honors and is headed to graduate school. Her 2 middle daughters are in college with full ride scholarships. And her baby, who was just 1 year old when Starfish and Tina first connected, is thriving in high school. These last 14 years have been significant. We invited Tina home to share some updates and reflections about the impact of Starfish on her life and family.
I came here broken. I was a poor excuse for a wife, a mother, a person. And that's what I was led to believe. And Starfish rebuilt that confidence. They helped me with gentle nudges and empowerment and encouragement. They held my hand and they walked me through, and they showed me my strengths that I didn't know I had. My oldest daughter is now 22. She had to write a paper, and she came to me and she goes, "Mom, would you be offended if I wrote about Starfish?" And I said, "Of course not. But why Starfish?" Her words. And she said it to Ann, and all my girls at one point have said it to various people here. "You gave me my mom back. You made my mom smile again." Because I was so lost and broken when I came. I always say, I feel like Starfish changed my life, that I wouldn't know where I would be without Starfish. The beautiful thing about Starfish is they've learned for me to take credit, to appreciate the help they gave me, but to take credit myself, because I would always say, if it wasn't for you guys, and they're like, "We didn't do it, you did that." The change doesn't happen overnight. It's not gonna happen a year, 2 years, 3 years. Be patient, Tina. The change will come. It's not always going to be dark. People tell me now what they see in me. People that have known me all my life. They're like, Tina, you're happy. You're strong. You're doing it. You own a home. You're raising these 4 beautiful girls. How did you do it? And I'm like, I learned from the best to keep moving. Be patient. It will happen eventually. Don't give up. Everybody expects instant gratification. Deep problems are not going to be fixed overnight. You know, Starfish is focused on children, you know, and improving the future for the children. But if you're improving the life of the children because they're the future, helping the family correct major problems, whether it's financial instability, unhealthy relationships, you know, how to cope with depression, how to get yourself stable. That takes time. That's where Starfish teaches. They not only taught me, but because they taught me, they taught my children. And 13 years later, you're seeing the results. I hope to see this kind of help go on and on for a lot more families. I know it's not just my family they've helped. There's so much darkness in the world right now. We need a ray of hope. We need a ray of light. And Starfish is a ray of light. It'd be a real long letter. I could write a book, but just thank you for helping me find myself again. Thank you for giving my kids their mother back. Thank you for giving my kids a future. Just pictures of me and my girls now and our smiles. My girls' smiles. You know, they didn't smile when I came here. Thank you for bringing my kids' smile back. I know it's part of me too, but it's a big part of Starfish. Because had they not helped me, my kids wouldn't have their laughter. But thanks for their smiles. Thank you for their laughter and their future. That's everything to me.
Isn't Tina amazing? Now is your opportunity to take action. As you know, we are honored to provide a challenge opportunity for the Starfish Celebration Luncheon. That means if you make a gift of $150 or more, we will match the first $150, and your impact will double. Use your mobile device and scan the QR code on your screen, or go to starfishfamilyservices.org to make a secure donation. Every gift will make an impact. If you can give more, please do. If you would like to spread your gift out and make a monthly commitment, we can take care of that. This is your chance to be an agent for change, and we thank you in advance. Now, let's welcome our Starfish artists from Classroom 5 for their presentation. Last summer, Starfish completed a strategic plan to guide us in the coming years. Since then, we've been working on updated values. The wonderful children will now share their art projects and the new agency values. Committed, equity and empowered, integrity, relationships, reflective, and teamwork. Our last story together was one about the future. 3 years ago, Starfish received a once-in-a-lifetime invitation to join the community on the evolving Marygrove campus in Northwest Detroit. A new era of education is unfolding for children and young people, grounded in social justice, equity, and community leadership. From before a child is born to their mid-20s, the Marygrove experience is centered in excellent education, comprehensive wellness services, and supports for the entire family to thrive. Key partners include the Kresge Foundation, Marygrove Conservancy, the University of Michigan School of Education, Detroit Public Schools Community District, and IFF. On campus, Starfish will lead and operate an exemplary early childhood education center. Innovations will define new practices, focus on the whole child, and offer pioneering training for urban early childhood educators. The opening of this school is a game changer for children and families of Detroit and beyond. The first 144 children will cross through the door in early September. Let's hear more from Starfish's principal, Selena Bird, and welcome back Starfish CEO, Ann Kalis.
Selena, is this like the best day yet?
Yes, it is.
That you and I together, we've made it through the last 3 years of planning, and the moment is here. And what makes me so excited to be with you, Selena, Principal Bird, in this moment, is this is your dream. And I know that you're gonna hold this vision so tight in your heart and in your energy to do all that is right and that is good for the children we serve here and for the broader neighborhood and for your beloved city of Detroit.
Oh, thank you so much, Ann. I've enjoyed the ride. The last 3 years, although challenging at times, have been the best 3 years of my life. And I'm just grateful that we have an opportunity to really prove what can be done for the children of Detroit. Thank you for joining us at the Starfish Luncheon. We invite you to the Marygrove campus. Come along, take a ride, join us on the journey. See you soon.
Sitting here at Marygrove, I just really have to reflect that in our long history as an organization, this is really one of the most transformational projects that we've taken on to bring the best of who we are to this center and to this campus. It's thrilling, but I also want to say we have a deep sense of responsibility to getting it right. And the way that we'll do that is in partnership with DPSCD, the University of Michigan, Marygrove Conservancy, our friends at the Kresge Foundation, but also in partnership with all of you as volunteers, as donors, as champions and advocates for the children and families that we'll be so privileged to welcome into this center. This early childhood center and the work that Starfish has undertaken here is really a dream come true. We often think about our work at Marygrove as a once-in-a-movement opportunity. We're so grateful that you've joined us today for our celebration of all that is good in the work of Starfish and in our community. This is all about using our Marygrove Center as an epicenter of excellence and learning to inform the broader system and to inform the work at Starfish as we bring our dreams to life. We couldn't have dreamt that to be in this moment.
I was teaching at Brooks Middle School. I was walking in the hallway. I had my 7th and 8th grade homeroom class. I had one young lady that shared something with me that was devastating to me because I couldn't understand how was that happening. And I realized then these 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, they're coming in with their own set of, at that time, we called it baggage. They had their suitcases filled with whatever, despair, hunger, bad relationships in the home, domestic abuse. Babies coming to class, us expecting them to learn, carrying loads that they should not be carrying. And that's when I began to become more intentional and focused on the babies. When I think about the supports that Starfish provides, and I think about what we're going to provide in this neighborhood school, is it safe to say just because a family is not able, that they don't want the exact same thing that you may want for your child, it's unfair, it's hurtful, and it's not the message that we want to send. So I think the supports that we provide can help our children and our families to be able to accomplish the goals and to see themselves differently. So we have 3 health rooms here, and you might ask what's going to be happening in those health rooms. Well, happy to say we'll have a nurse navigator on site. This nurse navigator will help families with care coordination. We'll also have a sensory room. We have play therapy. So those 3 health rooms will bring that in the space. Again, we'll also have the nurse-family partnership. That program, if you will provide support to our moms-to-be at 26 weeks gestation. We also have our wonderful behavioral health services. We'll have infant mental health therapists. We have our preschool behavioral health therapists. I kind of call it like the perfect union, if you will. The full Starfish Family Services model will be located here as well. We'll have 2 preschool behavioral health therapists, which they'll support all 12 classrooms. We also have 3 family service guides. Their role is to build relationships with the families. So relationships is key to that. So that will be happening as well. When I again recall being a provider, what is it that I hoped for when I made the decision to walk away from one space and take a chance on early childhood? The exact same thing I wanted then is what I want now. The exact same thing I want for my children is what I want for every child that leaves here. I want them to feel empowered. I want them to know that they are valued. I want them to know that they matter. So I don't think about myself when I think about the work. I think about the children. I think about what does it mean to them. When I say Starfish kind of rescued me, if you will, it was just everything Starfish stood for. It was helping families, loving on children, looking for resources and just ways to really support the family. But I think when it really happened, if you will, it was when Marygrove came on board. It took me back to like that dream I had. This is the opportunity. That 6th and 7th and 8th grade girl that I saw some however many years ago, these 144, that's her. This is your opportunity. So that's where I think Starfish just means the world to me in that space.
You have been wonderful luncheon guests. Thank you again so much for your time and generosity. Don't forget to make a gift and activate the challenge with a donation of $150 or more by heading to starfishfamilyservices.org. There is also up-to-date information about our work, impact, and Marygrove at the same website. Join us for the next chapter. Again, from all of us at Starfish Family Services, thank you. See you next time.